Henry VIII usually took Mass in private in his apartments next to his bedroom, but it was still important that the chapel itself should reflect his high status as the first self-appointed head of the Church of England, so he did spend lavishly on the chapel. And he always came here on holy days. This was actually called the Holy Day Closet, and he'd come here and sit up and look at his courtiers down in the pews below. And he was actually married in this very closet too, to his sixth and last wife, Catherine Parr. And in 1537, a chapel royal choir was established to celebrate the baptism of Edward, son of Jane Seymour and heir to Henry's throne. The choirmaster, Carl Jackson, was an organ scholar at Hampton Court in his teens, and he's been its director of music since 1996.
It gives one a great sense of joy, I think, and also a great responsibility, because you realize that you are conducting and making music in a building which has been served by some of the greatest musicians of our musical heritage.
Carl also teaches music at a local school, and it's always a rush to get to the chapel in time for rehearsals.
What you need is ability. If you can prove yourself to be a good organist, a good choir trainer, and a good person to get on with, and be sociable with people, that I think is an essential skill in any job. I don't think race has been an issue throughout most of my career, one or two minor things, but that is inevitable. But looking back, I think that my career and my progress from one job to another has been, or at least I hope it's been on merit. I like things to be perfect, which is never achievable in this world at all. But we are all human, and we always strive for perfection, and that is part of being human, surely. And one. Not too bad. One without end, amen. And the D on the end, please, if you will. And never shall be. And one.
The choirmaster's very pernickety about music, he's very fussy. He pushes us very hard and sort of fusses a bit if we don't perform as well as we could.
But I suppose that's always good, because he always points out what we're doing wrong and how we can do it better, which helps.
When it doesn't go right, well, the conductor sometimes gets quite angry.
We can't get it right, we're always stopping, and it takes forever to just do it, and that's just not enjoyable.
We feel a bit of pressure, yeah. Sort of week in, week out, we've got to perform as well as we can.
Turn 3. Oh, how many beats there on us? How many beats on us? Oh, there are 2 answers. How many beats? I think they get fed up because I insist on getting the details right, the consonants in the right place, and the shaping of the phrases, and breathing in the right place. So there's so much detail to put into the music, and I suppose they just want to sing the notes, and that's it. But I think it's just me being the musician and wanting to make the notes come alive.
Choirmaster Carl faces one constant problem. The boys' voices will never hit the high notes indefinitely.
They will break, I think about next year for us, break around 14, 15 if on exceptions.
I think mine's already starting to break actually, because
Yeah.
I can't get some of the high notes. The guys all croaky, but
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the time I have left with it, really.
So Carl's always under pressure to find and train new choristers. Today he's auditioning a couple of hopefuls. First up is Lawrence Thane.
I see you've got a recorder there with you, and you've got some music there. How do you see? Gypsy Roller. Sorry, you were just about to say something.
Oh, well, I think I'm going to sing it first, and then I might play it on the recorder.
Okay.
Because I can't do both at the same time, so...
Oh, well, you could try. You could try.
Gypsy Rover came over the hill, bound through the valley so shady.
quite keen to do it, but it's been a bit awkward. His great-grandmother died on Saturday, so things we would have done in terms of perhaps preparing for this have gone out of the window because all free time disappeared as of 4 o'clock Saturday morning, really. So it's had that. Plus, he started new school last week, and he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, but seems to be doing okay.
If I play 2 notes together, can you sing the higher of these notes here?
What, the 3 notes?
If I play 2 notes first of all, okay.
The highest one?
Yeah, if you sing the higher note,
You might
yeah.
have to give me a little time though.
Oh, well, we'll see. Yes, I heard you humming it, you were right. Okay, let's try number 2.
Next is Joshua Grimstone.
That's the idea. Well done. Now, can you clap a rhythm back to me? So get your hands ready. Okay, here's a rhythm.
We're very local to the palace, and he's sung 1 or 2 things, and people have said, why don't you inquire about the Hampton Court Palace Choir? So, and you were quite keen, weren't you, yourself? To actually, he's always singing around the house, so we thought we ought to sort of come and get them to hear what it's like.
There's one final test for the young hopefuls, singing with the rest of the choir.
Good.
Will Lawrence and Joshua make the grade? In the chapel rehearsal room, Carl the choirmaster is trying out 2 potential choristers, Lawrence Thane and Joshua Grimstone. If they're successful, they'll have a lot of hard work and some discomfort to face as fully fledged members of the choir.
It's hot in all the gear we're wearing because we have to wear robes and surplices and things, ruffs. It can be uncomfortable. But other than that, after you've been doing it for a while, you sort of get used to it.
I suppose you're quite grateful in the winter. Chapel can get quite cold.
It's hard work, but it's also very enjoyable. If you go in on a Sunday, you get a piece of music right, it sounds really good, you get compliments from everyone, then that's when you really enjoy it.
But the boys do have to practice 2 evenings every week, and they spend most of Sunday at the chapel.
It can interfere with your social life, singing. It gets in the way a bit when you have to turn down going out or something.
Party offers and stuff, yeah.
Because you've got to go to choir.
Yeah.
But it's not all hard work. Before each practice, the boys get to play table tennis for an hour.
I think the table tennis is a very good idea because it helps to engender a team spirit in the boys, which is very important. And a good choir is a choir which has good ensemble and good blend. That all demands teamwork.
So will the hopefuls become part of the team? 8-year-old Lawrence is first to be considered.
He sang very well indeed, very, very lively, very vivacious. He's just turned 8, and so because of the age, I feel that his ear is not fully developed to be able to pitch the middle note and the lower note of a chord. Sing it.
And the second candidate, 9-year-old Joshua.
A little more reserved, possibly not as much of the voice as Lawrence had. But with the oral test, he came straight in when I asked him to sing the higher of the 2 notes, which is he's got a good ear. The response was instantaneous. That's a good sign. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Off you go. Thank you. Bye. That was very interesting. 2 contrasting boys. I'll give them both a shot and see. Yes, maybe they both have potential.
How did he do? Okay.
He didn't do too badly at all. Fine. Yes. Okay.
I take it that he's in then? Or?
Well, this is just a trial because this is for Lawrence to see how well he feels he's going to fit in with all the demands of the choir. So this is a sort of probationary period. Yeah, does that make sense? I think it does. Right. Excellent.
And the boys will get their first big test when they perform for Prince Charles's 50th birthday celebrations. Find out how they get on later in the week.